Right, so building on from yesterday's video where I talked about a Liberty Media owned sport moving away from a traditional racing venue to another one in another part of the country that is traditional for racing but not for its particular series. Let's talk about Formula E and the current rumour that Berlin Tempelhof is going to leave the calendar and be replaced by Norisring. Because, yeah, apparently a doubleheader with DTM and the streets of Nuremberg is on the cards with Gen 4. And I don't really know how to feel about it, to be honest. It's part of this trend that, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, we talked about with MotoGP leaving Phillip Island to go to Adelaide as a double up with supercars. I don't feel particularly fond of the idea. I think the Norisring is an interesting track. I always want to see more racing on it, and I enjoy running it in sim racing. But for Formula E, you're going to have to add in some extra chicanes, I feel, because you've got the first hairpin is a heavy braking zone, obviously. And then you've got the 90 right and left, which you can have a bit of a heavier braking zone if you've got a good launch. And then the final corner as well. Or not the final corner, the final hairpin, I guess the penultimate corner. The problem is you're so long flat out, it will become a more processional slipstream race with a bunch of dive bombing. And yeah, unless you're going to add in other chicanes, there's not too much chance for regen. So unless they are more effective at regen than Gen 3s to that extent, and unless we have both of them as a fast charge race, it's going to be tricky. And that's without, the fact that we'd be getting rid of Tempelhof. Tempelhof is one of my favourite Formula E tracks. I know in some ways it may have outgrown it, with Gen 3 showing the reconfiguration to the new front stretch, which was the back stretch. I know there have been reconfigurations here, there, and everywhere to the track. But I love the track, and it was a great venue. It still is. It's a symbolic venue. The one time that it wasn't used was because it was in other use, was to hosting asylum seekers and refugees at the time. Yeah, and it's something that I feel is very Formula E. It's the track that, well, the venue is iconic for the Berlin Airlift. It's the one that brought Formula E back from the pandemic, when we had 7 races in 10 days or something ridiculous like that. I remember sitting down and watching it, and my housemate in uni at the time, who could not care less about motorsport, was like, oh, this is interesting. So they're running this in the middle of the week? Yeah, because they need to have all of this to be able to make sure that the championship goes official. Oh, that's interesting. And that was with 3 different layouts, right? Because we had the standard one, the reversed one, and then the extended one. Look, I'm not opposed to moving to more traditional circuits entirely. I don't like the idea of moving to essentially be electric F1. Like, I do like the Excel circuit. If we have to lose it, I'd much rather the rumours of brands than Silverstone. I'm saying that as someone who loves Silverstone, been to the Silverstone Classic, been to the British Grand Prix. I've also been to Brands Hatch. And I went to Brands Hatch for GT World Challenge. And it's a great venue for multiple kinds of racing. It's what's really nice about Brands Hatch is that you have those braking zones, you have those acceleration zones, you have those overtaking zones. But I don't know. But Norisring seems like an interesting choice. But if we're going to change it up, well, go Holgen go? You know what? Nuremberg. Not Nords. I doubt you get the clearance to do Nords, right? But yeah, cross the price checker. Or go to Hockenheim. Do something a bit more like that. Or heck, keep it in Berlin. Bring back Harvest. Let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for joining. And till next time, bye for now.